There are rumors of an electric Camaro sedan and a Corvette SUV, but at the moment, both are wrong. Here we go. The analysts at Automotive News have caught wind of a fully electric Chevrolet Corvette on the way by 2025. Details include that it'll be built at the Lansing Grand River Assembly Plant in Michigan and will take the shape of a Ford Mustang Mach-E GT style fighting SUV. These details continue to ripple through the blogosphere, but based on the information at hand, this reporting is only half true. Before we get into details on what's happening with the Corvette, we need to debunk a few rumors. The first rumor is that there's an electric C8 Corvette coming. That's not the case. There will, of course, be the hybrids, which are much talked about, such as the E-Ray and the Zora, which are coming in a couple of years or so, but not a full EV based on the Y2 architecture. That said, a C9 Corvette EV feels like more or less like an inevitability at this point, based on GM's current product trajectory and based on remarks from some of its top executives. The second rumor that we need to discuss is that some magazines have speculated that there is an electric performance sedan coming with a Camaro nameplate and that a Camaro EV sedan is on the way. As with much of the reports from those same magazines in the past, it's usually not the case. An electric Camaro sedan is currently just not in the pipeline, so that may kind of put some ease in the Camaro community. That said, we all kind of know where the Camaro is going at any rate. Here's what we understand to be happening. GM is indeed making an electric vehicle with a Corvette badge that will be in showrooms by mid-decade. But it's not going to be an SUV, nor is it immediately going to be a two-seat coupe. Instead, the first expansion of the Corvette brand will start with an all-electric performance sedan, and it'll be dedicated to taking on the Porsche Taycan. And because Porsche is the target, it makes more sense for GM to move forward with a premium Corvette brand expansion versus using the Camaro name. Previous reports have indeed pointed to an electric performance sedan being built at the Lansing Grand River Assembly Plant, and that's probably the electric Corvette sedan in all likelihood. Here are a few reasons that we believe led to this decision. The first is that we believe the Corvette SUV has been pushed back a few years to give the Chevrolet Blazer EV and the faster Blazer EV SS a little bit more breathing room. The latter of which has 557 horsepower and 648 pound-feet of torque. Some reports allege that GM could have a Corvette SUV by 2025 because of the existing Ultium platform architecture. Now, this is what we're already seeing with the Blazer EV, the Cadillac Lyriq, and some smaller upcoming vehicles like the Chevy Equinox EV. GM also has a low-roof battery electric vehicle architecture that we're seeing first with the Cadillac Celestiq. Now, this flagship sedan is coming in a few years, around 2025 or so, and that makes the timeline pretty plausible. More details on this luxury EV are still on the way, but you can bet GM will scale its low-roof BEV architecture across many brands and many vehicles. So while the Chevy Blazer EV reveal last week did tease a low-slung skateboard platform that's likely intended for the Celestiq, it's just as well intended for a sporty Corvette electric sedan. Okay, so why should you believe me? So not only have I been an automotive journalist for 12 years now, I've also broke exclusive details on several GM products way before anyone wanted you to hear about them. This included what you can expect from the next generation Chevrolet Colorado and the Canyon. This was back in 2019. The Silverado ZR2 back in 2020. Details on the Escalade V back in 2019. Tons of information on the new Corvette Z06 before Chevy wanted you to know. And the sad news that the Camaro is going away after the 2024 model year. You can find all of these details as well as exclusive interviews that I've had on musclecarsandtrucks.com. Now, in the sort of philosophical sense, is the Corvette sedan considered some sort of blasphemy? Some would of course say yes, But consider the four-door Corvette America sedan from 1980. This coach-built C3 Corvette was commissioned by Chevrolet, but only 6 are believed to have ever existed. So its history is easy to forget about. Never mind all of that, because if some Wall Street analysts are correct, a Corvette brand could be a $12 billion idea, unlocking tons of value for General Motors. However, like everything else in the auto industry, these things take time, and therefore it's going to take years before a Corvette brand expansion is realized. But you better believe that those plans are very much in motion, and that you'll be able to learn about anything that's going on right at musclecarsandtrucks.com. I'm Manny Katakis. Thanks for watching.